following is a presentation entitled Personal Perspectives, Dan the Man, presented by Dan Evans.
Hello. Okay. So the next element of the conference is the one that invariably gets the biggest applause. It is, of course, the personal perspective. And it's going to be Dan Evans who's going to be talking today. Where is Dan? Where are you? Great. Please will you give Dan some applause. Thank you.
Yeah. Everyone hear me? Yeah? Okay. If people can't hear me, please say. My name's Daniel Evans, 29 years old. I've come to these conferences now probably the same sort of time as Phil, really. I used to come with my mum and dad, Andy and Lisa, and my brother Darren, who was actually here with me last year with his girlfriend. I have BBS. My main issues with the BBS is with my eyes and my weight. My weight's more under control now, which you'll find out later on in my speech. My eyes, I had a lot of sight when I was a lot younger. Used to be able to play on my PlayStation and be able to try and beat my brother at football, but it never happened really, to be honest. I think he used to cheat a bit, because he knew I couldn't see. And then when I went to sort of 15, 16, I started using the cane. I could tell that I couldn't see where things were, so it sort of helped me using the cane, but I still had very useful sight to about 4 or 5 years ago, where my sight, where I can just make out shadows, shapes, people in front of me, but it's not that great, but I don't let it bother me too much. My partner Anna, she sort of helps me get around, and I sort of help her with things with more of her learning disability, so we sort of work as a team. I've gone through life fighting away, really. I went to a mainstream school when I was young, just junior and senior. I don't remember much about junior, and then I don't really want to really anyway, I don't think. Senior, I was more picked on again because my eyes and my weight. I went to a mainstream school, did a few GCSEs, did the best I could. The best thing in my life, and I still say this to this very day, even though Mum and Dad shipped me to Birmingham, they said I had a choice, but I don't remember having that choice. But going to Queen Alexandra College in Birmingham, some of you might know it, some of you might know of it, some of you might have been before. I went there when I was 16. I had no friends, no social life. I didn't really know much about life, really. And I probably still to this day say it was probably the best 5 years of my life. I made friends. That's also where I met Anna. Poor me. I don't know if I was to poor her. At QAC, I studied IT, admin and customer services. I did other things, English, maths, IT. I also did an English speaking board. That's probably why I'm so good standing here talking, really. Level three in English speaking board. So, and also the other thing, it was a residential college, so I learned how to do things. When I first turned up, they said, Dan, what can you do then? Can you clean? No. Can you cook? No. Can you get up in the mornings? Nah. So what can you do? Well, I know how to watch the football. So in probably the first term, I actually learned how to make a sandwich, able to cook basic things, how to change the bed. I hate still doing that now, really. How to iron. Again, I tried to avoid that now as well. It's not my favourite job. And also how to make friends. I made friends very easily when I went to QAC. I was very popular there, and I really enjoyed my life there. So got to 2007 when my funding finished. So what do? Do I go back home to my parents and sit around and let Mum hand and wait on me, even though she still does that now, even when I do go home? Or do I stay put? And I wanted to stay put because I knew the area, I learnt the routes, I had friends at the college, and I had a better chance in finding work and that and doing things. I used to go to the gym there. So my mum and dad, they helped me find somewhere. And the strange thing is, I went to the gym one morning, they came up to have a look around, came out the gym, oh, we found you a flat. Put the deposit down, oh, thanks Mum, you don't get me a chance to have a look. So again, they make decisions for me without being in there now. I actually love the flat. I don't live the flat no more. It wasn't big enough for me and Anna. We now live in a house together in Birmingham together. So what do I do in my spare time? Well, some of you might see on Facebook, I spend a lot of my time in the gym. As I said at the start, one of my other issues is my weight. So how do I try and deal with it? Well, I just train hard. I've got my own personal trainer who batters me to death. I don't know whether he enjoys doing it to me or he just enjoys seeing me suffer. I don't know about that. So the other reason why I go to the gym was when I first went to the BBS clinic in Birmingham in 2010, they weighed me and I happened to be 26.5 stone. So that I needed to do something about it. I went to my personal trainer and I said to him, this is what I was. So we decided, he just worked me hard really. I didn't really try to lose it really. I just sort of tried to keep myself fit because one of the reasons why I went to the gym was to do me half marathons and marathons. And over the years to now, I managed to get it down to nearly under 18 stone. So that's the reason I go to the gym. Not only that, is to try and keep it down so I don't have issues in the future, so I can try and live a happy life, really. One of the mad things I do enjoy doing, I don't know why, is actually doing me half marathons and marathons. The very first one I did, which was very painful, I did the London Marathon back in 2010, and I don't really think I enjoyed it because I had the stress of the week before with the ash cloud, not knowing when my parents were going to turn back up to get me there because they were stuck on holiday. And they happened to turn back up the day about 2 days before I needed to go to the expo to pick up my running stuff. So my uncle bailed me out and took me, and then I thought, they weren't going to be there on the day to watch me go around, and they managed to see me at the 9th mile point. Well, I was doing okay. I was getting a bit tired because I hadn't done a lot of training for it then. I didn't really know how to do a marathon then. I got to the halfway stage at the London Bridge about 3 hours 45 and got to the 16th mile point, and I said to my guide runner, who was a 2.5 hour man, I'm getting tired, my feet are aching, my back was hurting, I don't think I'm going to get that further. And the last 10 miles, we stopped-started. It was hard, even though the weather was nice. And then again, I got to the end, 9 hours and 15 minutes later. So I decided to, after doing that London Marathon, I crossed the line. I think I bailed myself and my dad because I was in so much pain and said, I'm retiring from this. Yeah. 5 years later, I've done another two marathons. I did Brighton last year and the year before. The first year I did it in 6 hours 55, and then last year I did it in 6 hours 45. And I still do all my half marathons. Anna's done a couple with me. I've had to bribe her on a number of occasions. The second year we did it together, we actually did Newcastle, and then we did Birmingham a month later, and we actually got round Newcastle in 3 hours 25, which was my quickest. And at the start of Birmingham, I said to Anna, if we get round any quicker, I'll take you to McDonald's. We managed to get round 10 minutes quicker, and that was also me tripping her up as well, about 10 miles in. So she got her McDonald's, I kept my promise, somehow. And then I met Ollie and his brother a few years ago doing Newcastle the second year with my personal trainer. And I did it in the quickest ever, 2 hours 40. And there was a lot of choice words going around because, again, I'm probably a 3 hours 15 man back then, and he was about a 2 hour half marathon. So it was quite hard. There was a lot of choice words. He made me run a few times. He also has a visual impairment, and he didn't realise a bit of pavement in the road, and I went flying over the road bit and fell on my knee a bit and broke my phone at the end, so I couldn't contact anyone, so I had to bill him a £500 for my new phone. He was a good man, my friend. And then I wanted to carry on doing my half marathons, and I had a lot of problems finding a guide runner. So I'm a part of British Blind Sports, and they managed to find me a nice lady to do it with. I don't think Anna was impressed to start with, to find out that I had a nice lady helping around me, spending me Sunday mornings with her around Cannon Hill Park. But no, and last October we did the Birmingham half in 2 hours 55, which was the second time I ever gone under 3 hours. And then I did Silverstone half in March. One, because I'm a big Formula One fan, so trying to act like Lewis Hamilton going around the circuit. I think he'd have passed me about 1,000 times probably. And I did it in 2 hours 55. So, and then I'm doing a 10K in 2 weeks today, and then another half in October, and then possibly London again next year as I turn 30. It's me sort of idea to do London one more. Also in my spare time, as I've said, I'm part of British Blind Sports, and I run the club for Birmingham. So I get all the grief from Anna and the two lads about organising the trips and that. Me and Anna actually won. We have a winter league and a summer league. It's a winter league, which is a trios league, and then a summer league, which is a pairs league, which me and Anna have won on each occasion once. The summer league is a lot harder than the winter league, especially the finals, where the summer league you have to bowl 11 games in the finals. And I again had to bribe Anna again towards the end with double vodkas because she was starting to tire. And it was quite weird because at the last game she was tiring, and I said, okay, you're starting to tire, you can have a double vodka and coke at the end if you get a strike or spare and do something decent after it. And she did, and then he managed to beat me right at the end as well. We were sitting there at the finals, and I said, if we win you can have another drink before we go to bed, and somehow we managed to win the whole competition. So what else do I do in my spare time? We go to lots of concerts, mainly most of them are Anna's. I get dragged along to see the likes of JLS and One Direction and Union J. I have to sit there and fall asleep sometimes. I think they're all a load of rubbish. I prefer to go and see the likes of the Saturdays or Girls Aloud, something like that. We're always going to concerts. Theatres, again, I'm not keen on the theatre, but I do it to try and support Anna. We went and saw Shrek the Musical the other day. And we've been to see the likes of Phantom the Opera, Jesus Christ Superstar, but more the theatres, more Anna's liking. I prefer to go and watch the sport, which I'm going to in July when we go to Edgbaston to watch England Australia. I've been a couple of times to see it when it was in England in 2009 at Cardiff and Edgbaston. So I've been to the football loads of times. I've been to watched the darts at the NIA. And also, when I was younger, I used to watch the motor racing at Silverstone. And then, apart from that, we go out and about, causing trouble down the high street, or we go to the cinema, go and watch loads of films, or we end up going out for food, really. So we try and get out and about and not sitting at home. I don't like sitting at home. I find it boring. I'd rather be out and about and doing things and keeping myself active. The one thing I do find hard, as probably a lot of you do probably know, is finding paid employment. I work as a lunchtime receptionist at the QAC. I do an hour a day there, but trying to find full-time employment is really hard. Even getting support from Action for Blind and Remploy, it's still very hard work. But I trudge along. I'm quite happy, again, without the support of Anna. You know, she can be a pain at times. Well, typical women, really, I think. I wouldn't. Anna's a great support. We have a lot of fun together. One last thing that we are both doing, which we've done last year, we're actually going away on our own together to the Sol Pelikanos in Benidorm, if anyone's watched the programme. We went last year, probably the first time we went away on our own. So as long as you go with a rep, it's not a problem. It's doable. If people want to go away on their own who are visually impaired, it is doable. You just got to find the right support going abroad, but it is doable. So we're going again this year, so I was quite looking forward to it, really. That's pretty much mainly it, really. I think I have a couple of advices. One, when you do go travelling, make sure that the train has a coffee. As Anna would tell you from our trip to the Isle of Man last year, going on the train at 7 o'clock in the morning, I completely forgot that the train we were going on did not have coffee. And I was sitting in the assistance area counting my money, and she said, "Can I have a coffee next door?" "No, we get coffee on the train." And as we were boarding, I said to the assistants, I said, "What seat we sat in? Well, these seats don't have, you can't book seats on this train." And my brain thought, oh no, I know which train this is. It's the only train that doesn't have coffee. And we got on and we said, "Does this train have coffee on?" "No, it don't." So we ended up sitting one side, and she sat on the other side and didn't talk to me the whole journey. And I saw her again when we got off the train. And then it made it even more worse when we got to the boat and the assistants took the mick by making us wait around for an hour. I don't know what really happened. So instead of her getting coffee at 7 o'clock in the morning, she had to wait till lunchtime for coffee. And she wasn't the most happiest woman. I think my second advice would be is when you go out with the in-laws, don't have the biggest dessert on the menu. Again, as Anna would tell you, we went to the local pub with her dad when he came down, probably the first times I met him, and I had the biggest dessert going in there, and I sat and ate it all to myself, and he wasn't too impressed. So every time I go out with him now, I make sure I don't have the biggest dessert, because he doesn't like sitting there with me watching eating it. And that's about it, really. That's about me, really. So I'm on Facebook, Twitter, if people want to follow me. I don't know what my picture is on Facebook to find me. You know what it is, Anna?
It's me and you.
So if you want to follow me on Facebook, it's a picture of me and Anna on there. Twitter, if people want to follow me on Twitter, it's all one word, lowercase, Tenping, Kingping. And that's it, really. Thank you very much for listening to me, really.
Dan, that was a really inspirational talk. Thank you very much. I think we've got a few minutes just for one or two questions before coffee. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, who's got a question? Favourite things to cook. What are your favourite things to cook, Dan?
Anything that can go in the oven, quick cook. I'm not very good at cooking from scratch, so I do most of the cooking. So things goes in the oven, veg in the pots on the hobs or microwave, or dial in the local number to the nearest takeout.
Okay, we've got one more question. The lady in the hat, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned about how you participate in a rich sport for the blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just lately heard about it 2 days ago, actually, and I wanted my son desperately to go there because there is nothing whatsoever to do activity for them. But I don't know if you deal under the behaviors one. It's not just like there is a place for children with the BB syndrome and also for the behavior. I don't know.
What area? What area?
In Birmingham or Leicestershire?
So it depends on what sport he's looking in, really. I know, I'm not sure. I know BBS are trying to do things for children. I'm not sure what they're trying to do.
He's very obese. He's only 11 and he's getting really big and he only loves swimming. He can't even
I can definitely recommend something for swimming. In Birmingham, there's a club called West Midlands Disability Swimming Squad, where Anna goes and trains for swimming, and they take on all disabled people, and they've introduced a Learn to Swim programme. So if that's something that interests you, I can find some details for you. There's the British Blind Sports don't really have much to do with swimming. We had hassles years ago trying to find her swimming. Dave have people that are 8, 9 years old. So it's for all ages, the swimming.
So, sorry, we've only got 1 more minute before coffee, so maybe we can just take one more question.
If anybody wants to come and find myself and Jackie who's interested in finding a sports club for their children, we'll be able to assist you in the foyer this afternoon.
Okay. Last question. This gentleman over here. Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah.
you seen him doing bowling?
Yeah.
Are you in ITBL league or not?
Sorry?
What league do you play in?
You mean for the bowling?
Yeah.
Yeah, we take part in the British Blind Sports. So they have a winter league which runs from December to May, with the finals in May, which we've qualified for this year, and then the summer league is from usually June, with the finals in November.
I'm involved with bowling as well, but it's a different league.
You're the independent.
ITBL,
Yeah.
Okay, I think Tonya wants to say one last thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
This audio recording was taken live at the LMBB Society Conference in Northamptonshire, 18th of April 2015.